Are you ready for a totally safe minecart that's totally safe? Click. This empty minecart sits upon the tracks leading down a dark mining tunnel. There's a lever beside it. Hop in, everybody! Ha ha ha! You and your allies clamber into the minecart and then grace this jumble of jabbing elbows and weapons. Pull the lever. With a shriek of grinding metal, the lever slides into place. The cart gives a mighty shudder, then starts rolling slowly along the track. The minecart moves downhill and quickly gathers speed. On the next rise, it becomes clear that there is some form of enchantment upon the tracks. The cart loses none of its momentum. After a sharp turn, you find yourself rapidly approaching a fork in the tracks. One track leads left, another upward and to the right. Look around quickly. You notice another lever set along the side of the tracks. The minecart hurtles along towards it. Grab it as you pass. Eder. In a show of agility, Eder manages to hang over the side of the cart and grab the lever as it comes along. The lever slams into place and the impact nearly knocks Eder out of the cart. There's a grinding noise, and then the tracks shift ahead of you. Just in time, the cart rattles onto the right track. After a dizzying series of turns and twists, the minecart slows then stops at the entrance to a new cavern. What have we done? Whoa. The heck is this?
Yeah.
Dented minecarts and heaps of rubble block this tunnel. Oopsie, stay here for now. Ooh, more Durgan iron. Ooh, and sigil of the shield. Those are important. Yeah, the iron is definitely going to be quest items. You and your companions clamber into the minecart. You pull the lever and hear the now familiar whine of rusty wheels as the minecart starts rolling along the track. After a series of gentle twists and turns, the cart approaches a familiar cavern. And so we've returned. I mean, I gotta see what happens if I don't pull it, right? No. Yeah, no. I didn't go too fast and skip over it or anything. You just straight up can't do anything else with that. Apparently. Apparently you can't go the other way. Hopefully I didn't miss anything by not going there the first time. Maybe it was just bad. Or maybe it brings you back. That minecart turned out to be noticeably less dangerous than I would have expected. Just overall. Sigil of the shield. You hold the symbol in place, matching its protrusions against the holes in the circular depression. They align perfectly. A gentle push is enough to slide the symbol into the receptacle. You hear a faint clicking sound behind the stone wall. One to go. I believe we do not have it. Nope. Just the original one, which I'm sure does not count, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I've put this off for too long. I didn't really mean to. I just kind of wandered off somewhere. But yeah, I have not been in the other path yet. Yeah. 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 I just haven't gone upstairs yet. Not really sure why I went this way so strongly in the first place. Like the first thing I should have tried to do when I got to this place. I just kind of found myself wandering past it. Now we get to sit through multiple consecutive loading screens on the way in and on the way back. Yay! Yeah. Yeah. This may lead to the weird slippery piece of ice I saw that was sticking out on the roof. An upper section of the tower.
Can't understand why everyone else is bundled up. It gets hot as soon as the sun rises.
We could burn their clothes in the night to open their minds. They would thank us in time.
Whoa. An upper section of the tower is crumbled, blocking access within. Accuracy gauntlets. Those could be interesting. Huh. Well, at least I got a little dialogue. Otherwise, that was barely worth it, huh? 5 accuracy. Yeah, I straight up have better gauntlets. Yeah. Well, that was uneventful. Didn't even lead where I thought it would lead, apparently. That came as a surprise. Can't understand why everyone's bundled up. I mean, it's still cold out. Like, I kind of get it. Like, I've been skiing and stuff like that, and like, in the middle of the day, it's like, if it's the proper time of year or whatever, and it's sunny and stuff like that, like, it just is warm out. And there just happens to be snow everywhere. And you can ski on the snow, but also it's definitely warm out. That does happen. It's a kind of a weird feeling. Because, yeah, you end up stripping down to like a t-shirt and skiing in the snow. And you feel hot. Not a big fan of skiing anymore. I was always a little too afraid to do the really risky stuff, so I was mostly just sort of speeding down a hill. Or in many cases, I was a big fan of just the more horizontal areas where you could just ski for a very long time at a moderate speed, just kind of enjoying a nice forest going around you. And that was kind of nice. But I hurt my ankle. It took me out of commission for a while.
Together. We're in this together.
I think the problem with the fragility of injuring yourself like that is that it's hard to get it out of your head sometimes. And so if you hurt yourself a certain way during certain activities, it's hard not to think of that way that you got hurt every time you do that activity. Not like it's some grand past trauma that I'm reliving over and over again, but just the feel of like, but I'm just worried it'll happen again.
I'll organize the troops to guard the stairs. We can hold them off for a while.
And like the constant worry of making that mistake again or feeling that again just sort of takes the fun out of it.
Vazo's repairing the Guardians. Lune's preparing for the...
You can't be serious about this. Let's just wait those monsters out. Obsidian wouldn't let us...
Obsidian rewards earnest work, not begging and cowering. We must hurry.
Ain't no rest for cowards. No, I lost most of the money to get to the bandits. So these are just straight up. It's just gotta be RNG.
Arm
yourselves, soldiers.
Like a totally different thing happens every time.
If you say so.
Nobody's good enough in mechanics. Oh. Something pulled this construct apart like a child's toy. Am I gonna finally see what the big bad thing is? Oh.
We'll give ourselves for the battery.
Alright, spooky how you did that.
The records are here. Keep searching.
Is this safe, Curate Loon?
No, it's necessary.
Pagrun histories lie open and abandoned. Some are missing pages. Ancient scrolls have been yanked out of the shelves and left on the floor. You aren't lore, you're scrolls. Torn scrolls and books with broken spines litter the floor below the shelves. Girdle of the driving wave. Knockdown once per encounter. Nice. So that's not a bad thing for somebody to have. Honestly, I think I can go for that over the Trollhide belt. It's just not a very strong heal. Whereas having a knockdown every encounter, that could come in handy. Annals of the Pargrunen. It was in the time of Edra Hill and the Sure-Footed that we came to Clea Ben Rilag, an ancient place of the builders, as the locals call them. It was a marvelous sight. A door in the mountains framed by a pair of ghoulish aspects. Through some exercise of trickery or cunning, Ezra Hill was able to gain access to our scholars that we might observe and record what lay inside. We discovered a foundry of sorts, the like of which neither we nor our distant brethren had seen. Through careful observation, we surmised that the ancients had used this place to extract souls and transfer them to suits of armor. Delicate and challenging work, yet the scale they had achieved left us humbled and astounded. Perhaps most remarkable were the golems, living suits of armor powered by essence. We lost 2 of our fellows when the creatures caught us unawares, but once we'd subdued them, they proved quite fascinating. All too aware that our hosts would never again allow us, nor others, curious travelers, to visit this place, we took meticulous notes and measurements of all we saw, forsaking bread and sleep until the work was done. We reported all to Edrahil, whereupon he praised our work and urged us quickly forward, for if such a place lay abandoned in the forest, who can say what other mysteries gods and kith have left in this strange and wild land? Are you okay?
Good thing I'm freshly greased.
Oh, that's a lot of them. Oh, that's a lot of them. I should have saved a little sooner. Combat start, Devil of Karok. Why? Did they somehow see her first? Ho ho ho. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Y'all ready to die, 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 die. We are going to die, 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 die. Alright. You two get over here. Oh boy. We gotta deal with this whole other problem over here. Good luck, guys. You can do it. This is not a great position to be in. Okay. They're kind of wearing down, so that's good. Yeah, things are going alright. They're not super strong. It seems like the Barbarian's AoE is largely working out here. Same here. I sent the 2 AoE characters over here separately so they could hopefully take advantage. Get him off of my poor little priest. Save him. Save him. He must be saved. Quickly. Salvation. There we go. Okay. We're good. There we go. Wow, I thought I was in way more trouble than I was. Ooh. A lot of screaming coming behind that wall, huh? Sure, they're fine. Zawa has leveled. Zawa makes strong. Zawa has given up on many words and sentences. Monk abilities, alright. Long pain. Monk becomes capable of projecting force. Yep. +1 DR per wound. Would kind of come in handy when he starts getting like 10 wounds, just to have them turn into DR if nothing else. Because he gets trouble spending it all. Also makes its just survivability kind of neat, right? Crits weaken people. There's so many passives. This would also be good for his damage. Like I see him with 10 wounds. So that'd be 50% burn damage. Yeah. I can see how that snowballs pretty well. When I first got him, he wasn't very good at getting wounds because things were just kind of we were just kind of destroying fights. But lately, I see him get 10 wounds relatively quickly and I'm like, ah, shit.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
So if I can make his wounds turn into DR and fire damage, that will be more useful since he's not always able to spend them as quickly. A star pattern crack radiates from the center of this table, as if a hammer or mace smashed it. A pair of skeletal hands protrudes from behind it.
If you say so.
Hope you don't blow up, but also, just in case you do, we're gonna be in this room.
That'll do.
How did you unlock it from that far away? That's impressive. 10 deflection against ranged attacks, and mirror image. I don't know, I might take this instead. Especially since isn't she immune to like a lot of mental effects? Yeah, she can't be mind controlled. So the willpower and stuff like that's a little bit less helpful. So just having her have a counter deflection against enemy ranged attacks gives her a bit of an advantage.
Right here.
Well, that'd be a good thing to give to Zawa if Zawa had the other skill, which I haven't given him yet. The one where he has a coin flip chance of throwing projectiles back at people, which is a neat skill. This Jizawa has a lot of really good skills to learn. And if I had that skill, then that'd be a pretty good time to have that particular deflection bonus.
Stand your ground!
Not a sound.
They're just ghosts for now.
Quickly! There's not much time!
That's definitely the important door. Ah! Can't click the right button.
Fetch our best armors. They must stand up to the heat.
That'll do.
They must stand up to the heat. Uh-oh. There I go again, making that mistake. Oh god. It's a continuous rain of bad. Ooh, the armory key. Cracked skulls and splintered bones lie in a jumble. Most of the remains have been ground to dust. These pliers, picks, and owls were made for sharpening metal. Dried blood flakes off like rust.
Hey.
An Adra sphere. The sphere has been shaped from a solid piece of Adra. It's covered in intricate stylized etching to give it the appearance of an eye.
Yeah.
Wonder where that comes in handy.
We'll stand ready, Commandant.
Oops. Get ready for combat. Oh, that's a lot of them. That is actually a lot of them. Good luck, everybody. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a big crowd. Get that DR up. Let's focus this one down. She seems like a problem for me. Okay. You have abilities that counter this exact problem. Go for it. There we go. We're good. Durance is stunned. He'll get over it. A lot of screaming happening lately. They're big fans of screaming. Just let it out. You go. Is this empowering? Do you feel empowered?
Abidan, guide us.
It's a lot of bones. It's a lot of dead bones. Boulders and stone blocks tumble from the broken wall. It would require at least a dozen Amawa to move even one of them.
Keeping an eye out.
Ooh. Hello, interesting giant globe thing. Hello, interesting giant number of bad enemy things that are going to do bad on us. You flank. You flank. You flank. Just get all up in that mess. We'll figure it as we go. I didn't actually do the DR, did I? Whoops. Went a little click fast. Went a little click happy. Some stuns and stuff like that really muddled the whole process. We're good though. Most of them just died via AoE. Part of this is that between Jaskier and Maneha, I just have so much AoE around my melee characters. Because her attacks do a shockwave and Jaskier's just got a continuous AoE of damage.
If you say so. That'll do.
It made his character slightly more boring than I originally anticipated. I mentioned him as being like this crazy, like, bard paladin. but it's hard to not see that his stuff's pretty cool. Increased AoE. What are your... Oh my god, you still have a ring open? But boom. Increased ability, area of effect. Yeah, that should have an impact. So right now it reaches to the bottom of this thing. Is it actually bigger? Does this count as an ability? One thing is it seems to land exactly where this cross section lands. Oh yeah, it's bigger. It ended here before, now it ends over here. So we get the increase still. Good, gotcha. It's just a little hard to spot, but that can make the difference because it's that much bigger in every direction. Cracks snake across the stone tablet. The edges have been worn smooth over centuries of handling. It reads, "We who stand shoulder to shoulder alongside the oldest of Kith empires send you forth. Honor us as we remember you." The letters of this tablet are crisp and deep as if chiseled recently. They read, "Though our towers of stone are surrounded by gates of coral, we are Parogrin still. Write our names in your halls and your hearts." Meditate on those who came before you, and those who go beyond you. Remember first your father, and last your younger brother, but know all Parogrin as kin. The corners of this tablet are chipped, but it's otherwise in good condition. It reads, "We plant ourselves in a strange and wild land, but remember well our roots. Though we are distant, know us still as kin." This gilded globe has been crafted with exquisite detail. Mountains of hammered gold rise over mirror-smooth seas, and the rivers that carve the continents are thin and neat, as if they'd been carved with a razor. 3 perfect sapphires mark locations in Rauatai, Old Valia, and Living Lands. The bronze band that circles the globe is inscribed with 3 repeating lines. Remember Ol Pagrunin, from the oldest before you, to the youngest who follow you. Examine the globe. The rounded sapphires are just large enough for you to press them with your thumb. You test them and feel some kind of spring-loaded mechanism beneath them, but you can't determine anything further. You have to match up the lines with each other. Remember first your father, and last your younger brother. Distant wild land. Chipped but good condition. This is the oldest one. The oldest of Kith empires. So I think it goes... I think we're supposed to go oldest to youngest, so... There's the old empire. Then there's the wild empire. Then there's the coral empire. Old Valia? You depress the sapphire set in Old Valia, it sinks until it's flush with the sapphire of the surface of the globe. Shit, I forgot my order already. Old wild coral, right? So Living Lands? Raotai. As the last sapphire snaps into place, the globe glows with veins of brilliant blue light. Then it rotates a quarter turn. As the lights die out, you hear clanking in gears and grinding stone from one side of the room. Hey, I did it. Is it full of enemies? It's full of loots. Ah, yes. We've achieved loots. Whoa. A lot of unique items. Alright, let's have a look. Wodovis. One-handed battle axe. Purge of toxins, 3 per rest. Let's see. 50% increased crit damage. 10% chance to cast Nature's Mark on a hit or crit. Nice. Reduced deflection and reflex of the enemy. 20 defense against disease, poison attacks. Not enchanted yet for damage yet. The Elven Kingdom of Kulklin. Yep. Warred with the Adir Kingdom for nearly 2 centuries before the two powers merged. During that time, many of the fiercest conflicts flared up along the edge of the Sithwood, where the two powers shared a border. The Sithwood elves used the jungle terrain to their advantage and quickly became infamous for their cunning and brutal tactics. Skirmishers would fell trees behind invading Adiran forces, while druids made more to grow in their path, confusing and stalling their foes. They would often pair these maneuvers with devastating lightning-fast attacks, surrounding lost platoons and dragging stragglers into the forest. Most notoriously, they would hang their victims from the trees to warn off further attacks. The Kulklin of the Sithwood were swift and improvised attacks quickly, owing in part to their use of everyday tools, axes, knives, and bows as weapons of war. Axes such as woodwis would have been used against folk and tree alike. 3 constitution on a belt. What did you have? 2 constitution. It's a better one. Yay. Yeah, it's the same one. I think 3 constitution might be a bit better than 1 dexterity, essentially. Huh. 2 reflex is not a lot. But you don't have boots on, so there we go. 10% spell damage on bracers. I've got another one from my other spellcaster too, so I guess I will give them to you. Ooh, 5 accuracy for 2 dexterity. Right, accuracy is perception. Dex is action, speed, and reflex. Oh, they're Fulvanos gloves. That means they were originally on him anyway. Yeah, I've got the cap. Yep. Not sure if anyone will ever really use this one. Oh wait, you have 2 one-handed weapons. You're the target for this kind of thing. Right, this is also a one-handed. Gon's share is... Yeah. Okay, let's deal with this later. She's doing alright for now. Yeah, these are both one-handed melee weapons. She's the one that specializes in dueling two one-handed melee weapons. She might actually find use for them. This is only Rogue and Priest, unfortunately. I think she might still be able to use it, but it won't be bound. Means it won't get stronger, and I can't enchant it. Kind of a deal breaker. Whoa, that was... I didn't realize that that was accessible.
We'll hold them off as long as we can.
I didn't realize I could go through there. I just figured this is probably the armory key, but a moment later I realized there's a locked door, or maybe not even locked, but a door I haven't opened yet is like right there. More deflection bracers. Well, the upgrade for you. Yep, nothing's suppressed. Cool. It's another mountain of deflection for him. I'll take it. What do you have again? Yeah, accuracy is a good one for you. Another knockdown belt. Huh. I think it's worth keeping my pile of stuff to consider for future characters when I get the chance to get back to them. By future, I mean past characters. I just mean characters that aren't in with me right now. Like, we're getting a lot of equipment to finish off my inventories for various characters, but a lot of the other characters didn't have anything finished off. I think when I get back to Sagani and Hiravis, who just haven't been as utilized as much, I think they have spare slots where some of these things could really come in handy.
Strengthen us with your flame, Lord Abidan.
Temper us.
Oh. I guess I interrupted it, so it just gave up. Temper us with the crucible, for the crucible ahead, not with the crucible. That wouldn't be very nice. More Durgan iron and Aedrospheres. A bronze statue of Abaddon stands over incense, ash, and rusted metal tokens. Precepts and prophets of Abaddon. For every work there is a practice. Arm yourself with skill and temper your labors with patience. Strike only when your medium is ready. Do not cold work plate. Do not cold work plate. That's a strangely way done sentence. Make. Brittle steel is worse than a treacherous friend. Temper your work, lest it shatter like glass. Fools praise appearance, but the master praises strength. True virtue lies in work well done. Pattern-welded steel shall be folded no fewer than 7 times. The finest smith cannot shape poor metals. Set your hand to steels that have been properly treated with charcoal. Like a room full of discord is a forge with uneven heat. Do not let it pervert your metal. As the blows of the hammer speak to the steel, so the color of the steel speaks to the smith. Like a babe is heated steel, fragile and easily corrupted. Handle it gently, lest your haste twist and warp it. Do not neglect work that lies hidden and unseen, for a shoddy tang can break the blade. The wise smith works carefully, and anneals but once. The careless smith weeps to find flaws after the steel has been hardened and tempered. As a blade draws in multiple heats, is work done in its proper time. Not a lot of metaphor there. I think it's just literal, actual blacksmithing advice with not much else to be drawn from it, except basic ideas of work ethic and thoroughness. Measure twice, cut once. Like when I worked with upholstery. Hello. Awaken the White Forge. What? I saw this long hallway earlier and thought that was the main way I was supposed to go, but... Then I walked in that room and it's full of freaky golems and it says awaken the forge, so apparently this door must be something else.
Alone, we've never introduced this much essence into the White Forge.
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
Abidan gave us the tools, Vasil. We've got to make them work.
Good thing I sold most of my jewelry. I get it, because she's going into stealth mode. I didn't really put together that she was saying that then. She's going into stealth, so all the jingling would be bad. Books and pages scrawled with equations and measures of essence are scattered across the table, as if someone went through them in a hurry. Alright, we'll get to that in a second. There's a creepy tub.
If you say so.
Do not blow up, do not blow up, do not blow up, do not blow up. Thank you. On the binding of souls. The margins of this text are scribbled with notes and references. The ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. The removal and transference of souls is practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that Ingwithans were particularly adept at this, yet few details have survived them. Someone scrawled Annals of Parangrunen, pp. or page 382-6 below this paragraph. What is known is that the removal of a soul is a difficult process, the one that requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the souls was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before scholars could capture it. The words transfer to holding vessel are written and underlined in margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and ager specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner, with no distortions or breakages. A warped soul is at best useless and at worst unpredictable. An arrow points from this paragraph to a scrunched note. Extraction pool in CR, 18 feet wide, 3 feet deep. We have since mastered the process of soul transference, and have seen the benefits of infusing forged work with the essence of animals and wilder. What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using souls of kith, where we would procure the appropriate subjects, and how much personality and autonomy we would want to leave intact in such cases. A string of notes winds around below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, volunteers, and ending with forge guardians in block letters. Distressing. Oh, is this another device that's powered by souls? So it's another thing that's going to have a dark sacrifice attached. Your skin prickles as you approach the vat. It teems with soul energy, with lives spent and stored thrice over. Essence roils like churning water, running over ancient pipes and gears. But there, within the vat itself, lies a heavy stone disc, rune engraved in pale as bone. Ah, shit. Reach for the object. You feel a chill run up your arm the moment your fingers brush the disc's surface. Whispers erupt from the stone around you, and out of that chorus rises a single steady voice.
Stop! These methods belong to us! To the Pargrunen!
What is this? Oh, what happened here?
You would steal from us? From the... Abidan himself! You will regret your trespass!
You hear a grinding, clicking noise in the hall. Something moans and snarls outside. Oh, they're not happy I did that. The very people we were considering that we've been encountering throughout all this visions seem to be outside and mad. What? Shit. 3 miss, 1 hit. 280 damage on Yaskier. Everybody else is fine. of course. Okay.
Good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
That was nice. That was not there before. That is also a problem. Oh god, they spawned behind us too. I don't know. Do not start the fight over there. Focus down here. Ow. Let Durance go.
Let's go.
Holy crap, she will not die. Okay.
Whew, good
What a
thing I
great
sold most of
time
my
for a
jewelry.
rest. Whew. That was bad. That was a lot of angry spirits getting mad at me for, well, the reason they were always going to get mad, basically. Woodland Trials construction completed. Trails construction, alright. Getting really far along here. Training grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really want to not attract attention right now. Or I do want to attract attention, I just don't want to be on that trap. No, 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 no. Where'd you go? What? You douchebag. What? Okay, that's just fucking confusing. They're just teleporting her all over the place. God damn. So much for trying to bait them. They just did the weirdest thing to me. Well, I technically still got what I wanted, which is I got us all on this side of the wall. I got all the enemies on this side of the trap, which is, I guess, what I was going for. Just goddamn, I thought I could lure them into the other room and they would chase me if after I attacked, or not even attacked, but just sort of was seen. But then that happened.
Right here.
What kind of disc did I get after all? I already had the stone dial. Adra disc. Okay, so we're not going back. I thought it might have been the thing I was looking for. There it is. This heavy circular object appears to have been carved from the living Adra. Energy hums through it, setting the already vibrantly green disc to a gleaming shine. Ah. That's what we need to continue. I figured as much based on the dialogue and context of the... like what happened there in the attack and so on. It's just I've been looking for a third disc for the other room upstairs. But this does not seem to be it. Nasty trick this game keeps doing where it activates traps that are behind me.
Right here, if you say so. If you say so.
Opening it up.
That'll do.
Don't get killed by traps. Thank you. Very important to not explode. Exploding's very bad for you. These people look exploded. It looks as though these skeletons were once stacked, but they've fallen apart as their connective tissue has rotted away. These used to be piles of bodies, but then everything rotted away except for the bones.
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidan, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your Forge.
The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it. Distressing. This giant, freaky dragon skull. The interior of the forge is crusted with dark, rippled stone. A large stone dragon skull stands silent vigil at one end of the circular chamber. Within its maws, a network of steel dividers, tubes, and vents, indicating that the impressive construction served as the furnace for the White Forge. There is a shallow basin at the foot of the furnace, and in the eye sockets of the skull itself are golden rings, evidently made to house some manner of gem or instrument. Place the stone disc in the hollow space between behind the basin. You lost Adra disc? What? No, the stone disc. You said stone, not Adra. You said Adra stone. So I thought I was putting in. God damn it! I thought I was putting my other stone disc in that I still have. That's used for controlling things around here. It even still says stone, but it says Adra here. You place the stone disc into the basin and find that it fits perfectly within the hollow. Before your eyes, the disc turns on its own accord, rotating this way and that before finally sinking into position. What did I just do? You feel a faint vibration through the skull. It grows in intensity until the very ground seems to shake, loose cobblestones rattling in their settings. You leap from the furnace to confront what is coming. Damn it. I didn't mean to make a choice. It seemed like the choice was put the disc in the left or right eye, and then also there's a stone disc you can put in the central basin. I thought I was just prepping it. Then that happened. A few tokens, filthy coins and tattered ribbons have been scattered in this bone pile. I need to figure out how to use it. Yeah, what can go wrong? Didn't they just make it sound like something bad was about to happen, then nothing happened? I press examine the forge, and it just stops. Weird. Oh, right. I had one disc and two spheres, so I just put them all in. There's no choice here. You climb into position and carefully set the Adra sphere into the golden ring at the center of the skull's eye socket. The sphere fits perfectly, and as it drops right into place, a peculiar burst of energy ripples outward from the dragon's eye and through you. You hear a rush of air and the clunk of some mechanism deep within the furnace. The air around the forge seems to be growing warmer, though the furnace itself remains dark and still. With a little climbing, you're able to reach the eye socket and carefully wedge the sphere into place. It fits snugly, and you think you sense a small ripple of energy as the eye is set within. From deep within the furnace comes a startling metallic screech, as if some hidden mechanism has come to life. From the vents around you rises hot, stale air and the glow of rising fires. A gust of hot air erupts from the stone dragon maw, Molten ore drips from the basin, and dark billowing smoke begins to gush from between the skull's fangs. You hear another rending shriek, but not of machinery. Around you rises a chorus of howls, bodiless voices raised in rage and despair.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunen. Defend the battery.
Uh-oh. I don't think they're happy about us. Oh, okay. Exandru, Zoltan, and Maroon are all here. They don't seem fond of us. And to think it was Maroon that let us in the first place. The fool. Alright. I wonder if I can kill these three before the rest of them get here, because... yeah. Let's have you fight the middle one because you have AoE.
Lead the way.
Did that immediately fall apart? Gotta hope for the best. Ah. Cool. 5 of us are instantly paralyzed. Mine has the only exception. Cool. It's not the shortest amount of time either. Well,
I'm here.
for anyone who's affected by it, here's a yell. Isn't that fun? Yep, it's pretty bad. Please get that DR up. Poof. You still didn't do it, did you? We can try it. You might be able to fend off some of this bad. Nope. Nope, you got taken out by AoE. Okay. Crowns for the faithful. Everyone nearby gets perception, resolve, intellect. That's a lot of burn damage, but they're probably very resistant to burn damage. Yep, they're immune to burn damage. As fun as that would be. This is a really weird one. All allies gain an AoE of shocking. That's a weird one. I'll try it though. Time for some weird ones. There's a lot of shock that's about to happen. Okay. Let's do Litany against Major... Oh, is that a single target? Oh, I thought that was an AoE. This will stop paralysis, which is the next thing that I don't want to have happen again, if I can avoid it. Why aren't you in fist mode? You should be in fist mode. Always be in fist mode. I feel like it's a very simple demand to make. There we go. There's just a storm of AoEs happening right now. They're not really gonna last any longer. I don't think it's gonna be necessary for me to... I was gonna revive her, but I don't think that's gonna be necessary right now. I'll get her free revive soon, but I don't think... Yeah, the fight didn't even last that long. Whew. Wow. How much damage does it even do? I don't even know. All I know is that it gives all allies within the area of effect 40 seconds of lightning AoE, which they should have not been. They should have been vulnerable to that because they're apparently immune to fire. But like, how the fuck do I even know how good it is? The spell's called Spark the Souls of the Righteous. Can I even find like an example of it happening? Monet hits the Forge Guardian for, oh yeah, 3, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5. Oh yeah. So it comes out in waves. 4, 3, interrupted. 3, interrupted. 4, 4, 4, 4. It's not a lot, actually. Yeah. It's not super impressive. I don't know how resistant to the lightning they were, but it seems to not be the strongest thing. Unfortunately, the game gives you no idea how strong it is. It just doesn't tell you. All it does is say that everyone gets an AoE. And you just have to find out the hard way how good or bad it is. We did it, though. That's a lot of shattered animat armor, a lot of primal flames, awakened Aedra, and within shields. Bunch of crazy. I should cross compare a little bit. Oops. What's your shield like again? You're using the larder door, I forgot. Ah, less deflection and less accurate. So it just sucks. Good to know. Right, this is what we're actually using. 16 deflection. It's just kind of a generic. I wonder if I can do it better. We're not level 12 yet? Still, we'll be on our way there. That'll be 12 shield deflection instead of +4. That'll be the day. Well, that went pretty smoothly. I thought I was going to be in more trouble than that, frankly. I found the legendary White Forge. I need to figure out how to use it. Have I not? Oh god. What's gonna happen next? It's turned on, at least. Right. Well, we got this far. That'll be a problem for next time, me. Why not? Adir Customs. Adir's is a country rich with custom, and they are known for their strict adherence to them. Their customs run the gamut from grand celebrations like the Feast of Feasts to mundane superstitions, such as the way to avoid Svef addiction. This volume will focus primarily on bigger celebrations, as no one knows how to throw an extravagant party quite like an Adiran. The Feast of Feasts. The biggest and most important of all Adiran customs is the Feast of Feasts. This week-long celebration happens at the first week of Fonestu, Deep Summer, and is dedicated to honoring the life of the first Fairkonig. Each day of the week is devoted to some aspect of the Fairkonig's life. There are very specific dishes to be served at each meal. The Feast of Feasts originally began as a festival celebrating the birth of the Fairkonig's first son, and soon became a yearly occurrence during the week of his birthday. Currently, Adirans simply use it as an excuse for a party and pull out all the stops in an effort to outdo the previous year. Unless you wonder, as I did, which Fairkonig is honored during the Feast of Feasts, it is always the current Fairkonig, for each Fairkonig is the first and only Fairkonig. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure, yeah, just don't think about it. Sweet treat. A special custom that arose at some point during the Feast of Feasts. Sweet treat started as a way to keep children occupied so the parents could dine in peace. While it is still used for that today, significance has been added to it. Each treat is placed in a container, usually small metal boxes, and hidden somewhere on the property. After everything has been hidden, the children are set out to find the treasures. It is said now that the hidden treats represent Glenfathan artifacts and that the children are the explorers. bringing the riches back to their new and rightful owners. Carnival of the Mask. When the original colonists for Adir traveled to the new land, found the Deerwood in the name of the Adiran Firkonig, they encountered the Glenfathan people. The Carnival of the Mask celebrates this meeting. Originally it was merely a formal reenactment, as a play, with the tensions between the Glenfathans and Adiran settlers, but has since evolved into much more than that. Participants choose size and come dressed in elaborate outfits depicting which group they have decided to align themselves with, the Adirans or Glenfathans. Everyone attends a masquerade ball, and this party replaces any semblance of the play that was presented. Winter's End. Winter's End was never anything more than an excuse for a celebration, and it hasn't changed in all the years that it existed in Adir. It takes place during the winter dusk and lasts all 3 days. People use the time to reflect on the year, celebrate their lives, and remember the dead, especially those who have passed in the recent year. I wonder what that means. All 3 days of the winter dusk. It must be that we're in a part of the world where the days get shorter and shorter as the winter goes on until finally you hit a part where there's 3 days worth of time where the sun never comes up. It's even worse in some parts of the world here.